Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird, then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey everybody, this is Katie.
This is Sharon.
And you are listening to the Two Artsy Gals podcast. Woohoo!
Yay!
Before we get started today, we're going to just give you a brief Kickstarter update to let you know how things are going. As it stands right now, we are 23% funded. We've had a couple of big donations this week, so that's kind of bumped us up a bit. But
oh, good.
Yeah, so we have, I think we're up to $355 now. So,
sweet.
But that's still short of our goal. We have it's Sunday now, so by the time this airs, it'll be 2 weeks until we are done with the Kickstarter. We have 2 weeks left. Oh my god, I don't know why I said that sentence in that order. It was totally weird. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning.
Uh-oh, you better start drinking it.
I am drinking it, so we might have to take a break when my coffee kicks in. That was gross. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, we still need to get up to that goal because I know we've said this before, but if you don't reach 100% funded on Kickstarter, then you get nothing. So if we don't raise all of it, yeah, then we hear that noise. Wah, wah, wah. Then we have to go back to the drawing board somehow. This week, because last week we kind of told you about the physical things and the equipment that we needed to upgrade. So this week, I thought I would just give you a quick rundown of what else the funding will help us pay for. Because we have some overhead around here that has been coming out of pocket that we kind of can't afford to keep paying out of pocket. So we have things like we have to have a place to store all of our podcasts on the internet out there in the webs so that you can download them. So like through iTunes or Stitcher or whatever, they all go to the site that we use to host all of our content. So we are about to get a bump up in fees on that because it goes in stages. And once we reach 2 gigs of storage, which we are like 1.7 something gigs right now, so probably about 4 more episodes, and then we're going to have to start paying more to store our stuff because we want to be able to keep our old content for new listeners. And if you guys want to just go back and listen to something like, oh yeah, what was that episode that they did on such and such, and go back and listen to it again, in order for it to still be there, we kind of have to pay more to have our stuff stored.
Yeah, and if you want to go back to the very first episode, we want you to be able to do that.
Exactly. And let's see, we want to upgrade our website. So instead of having twoartsygals.wordpress.com, it is just official, legit twoartsygals.com. We would love to do that, but that's going to cost some money.
This is true.
Yeah.
Wait.
And then also we have, once we reach our funding goal, and part of the reason that we had to make it $1,500 is to account for Kickstarter fees. Because Kickstarter isn't just like this generous website that's helping all these people raise money for nothing. Like, that's how they make a living, is once you get your fees, they take a certain percentage of the funds that you raised. And then the people who transfer the money to you also take a certain percentage. So we're accounting for that also. You know,
So
they gotta make a living too, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess. So yeah, and we also would like to be able to advertise. Like, you know, we want more listeners.
Absolutely.
Because the ultimate goal, once our podcast is paid for the year, and we have the funds to do what we want, and we explain this in the video, but just, again, we want to get more listeners and start making some pretty big improvements around the place. And hopefully appeal to sponsors so we never, ever, ever have to ask for money again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like doing this, really. I mean, who does?
Right.
You know, it's not fun.
No.
Honestly, I feel like that when you're trying to watch your show on PBS or something, and it's Pledge Week, and you're like, oh, it's fucking Pledge Week. Now I gotta listen to this shit before I can listen to the good stuff. But if you give us money, then you don't ever have to listen to this shit again. So
That's right.
that is a promise I will make you. Did I say advertising budget? Yeah, I did say advertising budget. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and we need your help. And if you can't support us monetarily, sharing and telling people about our podcast and telling people about our Kickstarter is an awesome way to support us and help us out. So that would be great. Oh, and one thing I wanted to tell you, we had a listener, Lois. She's our superstar fan.
She's fantastic.
She is, but she does not like using her credit card online. She does not shop online. I know it's crazy, but I know some of y'all don't do that. Yeah. And she emailed me earlier in the week and said, I really want to support your podcast. I want to donate to the Kickstarter because I want you guys to stay on the air. However, I don't do online shopping and I do not use my credit card online. Can I send you a check? And I thought, well, that's going to be weird with a check because then someone has to deposit it and someone has to donate the money, blah, blah, blah. But I said, why don't you try a prepaid gift card? And she emailed me back and said it worked perfectly for these purposes. She just went down to her local grocery store when she was shopping that sells prepaid visas, bought a prepaid visa in the amount that she wanted to donate, came home and went, bam, there you go. It worked out great.
So touched. That's so awesome. Maybe even helped her out, like, if she ever wants to go shopping online now.
Yeah.
That she can do that in the future to buy cool crafts or cool supplies or anything like that. That's so nice. I'm so grateful to her. That's awesome.
I am too. And she thought that we should really tell our listeners that if that is what's holding you back and you don't want to give your credit card information online, that is a really good option for doing so. Because then it's like you don't have to worry about it because it's a one-shot deal and it's no biggie.
That's awesome.
So that is an option that you should probably think about, listeners, if you want to donate and you're in the same situation. So today we are talking about alcohol inks, which I'm pretty excited about because I've never actually used them.
You've tested with them now though, right?
No, because last night I had a huge I've just had the worst week as far as like being able to function correctly. So last night my favorite camera, like my fancy one, is dying. And it wouldn't work last night. So I had to look around for my little point and shoot so I could film video. And then I plugged it in and I went downstairs because it was dead and I needed to charge. And I came back upstairs and I only plugged the fucking cord into the camera end of it. I didn't actually plug it into an outlet.
Oh.
So I didn't get to experiment and record last night, but everything's set up behind me. And when we're done recording this morning, I am going to be going and doing I have a bunch of shit laid out, like different stuff to do and different things to use it on. And I'm going to record it all for you guys. And it's going to be really exciting because I am really excited about them. I've never used alcohol inks. Sharon gave me some of her alcohol inks that she does not use. And I'm kind of ecstatic about trying them.
They are pretty fun.
So, like, what is your experience with alcohol inks?
I mostly got them to work on metals.
I'm really
but then I
that.
didn't really I wasn't getting the effect that I wanted in my mind. But a really fun thing to do with them, I think, is to use them on photo paper because they kind of just it's kind of like they putting oil, like an oil slick.
So do you do it with the applicator or do you just drip them on?
Just drop them on and they kind of blend together. But you can dance them around with an applicator too, which is usually just a wood stick with felt on the bottom. Yeah,
I made my own. So we'll tell people how to make their own here in a while. But yeah, it's it's a relatively inexpensive supply, I think. Mm-hmm. They're not that expensive. Maybe I'm thinking that they've dropped in price a little bit. And like when they
Maybe.
were first a thing, they were more expensive. But I think that they seem very attainable now. Like it's just a realistic thing to throw in your cart. Of course.
Yeah, totally.
You
Well,
know.
they make really fun, like if you're gonna do ATC cards or you do the like gift tags, like if you get onto Tim Holt's website, you can just see tons of stuff that he does with
Oh
them.
yeah, he has some pretty cool example videos. We'll post a link to the video section of that website. Yeah, he does some cool shit.
Yeah, I love Tim Holtz.
I watched yesterday when I was researching and stuff and watching video. They did this thing where you buy those blank, the empty ornaments for like the balls on the tree, and you put one drop in there and then went with a can of air. Like, the air that you use to clean out your computer and your keyboard. And it just goes, it blows it around and coats the whole inside of the thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Evenly. And then they were doing that. It was really neat. Alcohol inks, for those who don't know, are just, they're inks that are formulated and pigments that are formulated to work on non-porous surfaces. If you've ever tried to paint glass or, like Sharon said, metal or plastic or slick glossy papers or anything like that, and you've had trouble with your paint or your markers or whatever you're using actually sticking to the surface, this is the shit for you.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing how it sticks to that stuff.
Yeah, and I have, like, for my experimenting that I'm going to be doing later, I dug around in my studio, and some stuff that I'm going to work on, I found some little clear plastic, just regular buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But they're clear. So I thought, well, how neat would that be? So I'm going to paint some buttons.
Yeah.
I found these a long time ago for an art project, and actually a piece of art that I was going to make that ended up taking a pretty dramatic turn halfway through, and I didn't use them, but I bought these little lucite slippers, like glass slippers.
Ooh,
They're little minis, so I'm going to paint some of those. I think I have some buttons that I want to paint, and some brads, and I have just a plain piece of glass that I'm going to mess around with, and I have some photo paper sitting out, and I have some different, I got a transparency, and I've already pre-stamped everything with the embossing ink and done all that, so that's all, everything's sitting out ready to go, and I'm going to do all these crazy experiments on all this stuff while I'm filming, so we'll just see how it works out.
That's awesome.
So I'll be learning while y'all are learning.
Yeah. Well, I love using them. Like, they're super cool to do on clear stuff if you're wanting color, but you don't want it opaque. And I'm almost think they'd be super cool. You know those kits that you can get them at the dollar store, and it's like fake stained glass and then just like raised areas, and then you like put the
wondering about that
paint in them. I bet they'd work really well on those.
I think that you're probably right, because I was thinking about that. Oh, mica tiles. Do you ever use mica tiles in any of your work?
Oh, no, but that would be super cool.
I think I'm going to get a piece of mica tile out, cut a little piece off, and try that too, because technically that is porous, and it does, because it takes paint and stuff. I stain mica tiles all the time with acrylic paint, so I'll get out a piece of mica tile too, because I'm actually doing a piece of art that I'm going to be wiring a little like street lamp into, that I'm going to make out of copper and mica tiles, and then wire the light into it. So, and I'd like the mica tiles to look old and stained up. We're coming up with all kinds of cool shit. If you want to know actually more before I forget about, just about what alcohol inks are and kind of how they work and some of the stuff they work on, I found a pretty good article on wisegeek.com that I'm going to link in our show notes on the blog. I love those guys. They write some really good articles about stuff. So if listeners, you're interested in just knowing a little bit more about that, go check out that link. You can find it in the blog after the show. So,
sorry.
You know,
brain farted.
What?
I just brain farted.
Oh, I thought you said I just farted, and I'm like, oh my God. Look, okay, seriously, I just have to sidebar. I already told Sharon this story, but this is how my week has gone. I do not know what in the fuck is wrong with me. Like, the stars must be ill-aligned or something. I don't fucking know, because I started my week off last Monday by when I went to the gym to go to water aerobics. I was getting undressed in the locker room to put on my bathing suit, and I was really fucking confused because I was getting undressed. I'm like, why? I have extra things happening. What is going on? And what had happened was when I got dressed to leave the house that morning, I got up, I put on a pair of underpants because that's what you do. Then I put on my leggings, and normally I would just put my skirt on over my leggings and leave. But I put another pair of underwear on over the top of my leggings, and then I put my skirt on. So
I love it.
When I got there, I was having this extra pair of underwear on the outside, and I was super confused for a minute, and then I had to look around the locker room and make sure nobody noticed that I was having 2 pairs of underwear like a weirdo. I don't even fucking know. The week has gone everything. I've done things like that all week. The camera plugging in and not plugging in. I don't know what my problem is.
It's so funny. Yeah, I told that story at the dinner table.
Oh my God, you did? What did your family, did they laugh as hard as you did?
They didn't laugh quite as hard. They were kind of confused by it.
Well, I was confused by it. Look, I thought Sharon was going to wreck her fucking car. Because she was laughing so hard, because she usually calls me on her commute home. She has a wireless device, like a headphone. Don't worry, she's not actually holding her phone. But she was laughing so hard, I thought, I think maybe I should hang up. I don't want her to drive off the fucking road. She's like, oh my God, I can't see. My eyes are watering.
Oh God, I was dying so hard.
So this is why I can't hold a thought today. I don't know what's going on. I have the dumbs.
The dumbs?
I have dumbs. It's not good.
So funny.
So sometimes when you're using, I've in a lot of the videos I've noticed that alcohol inks in mixed media art are really used for, a lot of people use them for backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can do some pretty cool marbled looking crazy backgrounds. I'm going to experiment a little bit with that. And, they use, when they do that, people are using an applicator like Sharon mentioned. And I will show you this in the video, but I made my own applicator. All it is a block of wood, and you put the loop side of Velcro, like the hard side of Velcro on it. I just hot glued it down. And then you use chunks of craft felt. You just cut to fit that and stick it on there. And then I'll show you how to use it on the video, but it's super easy, super cheap. I don't think that's something that you have to buy.
Yeah, totally. You don't have to buy it.
So, and I just, honestly, I made it the size of the scrap that I had sitting around because I had a little scrap of Velcro left over from something. Because I never throw things like that away. Which is why my studio is always bursting at the seams. But
and I keep sending Katie more of my stuff.
I'm like, send it over. And I justify it by saying, well, if Sharon needs it, then she can just come over here and use it. She knows
That's
where
right.
it is. So I'm like her storage annex.
That's right.
So that's how I'm justifying.
You're my craft warehouse.
I am. I'm totally Dude, did I tell you there's a crafters warehouse opening up by the Old Navy in Cedar Hills?
Yeah, that's super exciting because Crafters Warehouse is way better than Michael's because they stock things and they have more stuff. They have more variety. I really like Crafters Warehouse, and there used to be one. Well, there must be still one in Aloha, and I used to live in Aloha, but that was
yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen.
15 years
I've
ago.
Been in there once because I don't want to fucking drive all the way out to Aloha.
Yeah,
it's highly inconvenient.
It's super exciting. I'm surprised there aren't more of them around. There are not very many of them, at least in your area. And
yeah,
stuff,
in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't even know. I mean, I live in the sticks, so.
She does live in the sticks, and she's forgotten that she used to be a city girl.
But my heart was always in the country.
Yeah, that's true. She's out there in the sticks. I actually love going out there, though. I need to come out again soon.
Yeah, do it.
Although, please
because we've got lots of new little critters.
Don't give Kurt hard-boiled quail eggs the next time we come out, please.
Well, you know what? I can't because my quails are not laying any eggs. They haven't laid eggs in over a month.
Maybe you need to sing them songs.
Maybe. It might be too cold. It's very upsetting because I really would like some quail eggs.
Do they just get mad and not lay when it's cold?
Well, I don't know. I think they molted, so they don't lay then, and now I think it's too cold, and it's a very upsetting.
Well, you should definitely sing them songs.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
That might be
songs will
nicer
help.
than what my husband thought maybe we should do.
What did he think you should do? Do I want to know?
Oh, just eat them all.
Oh, well, that's not going to make them lay eggs for sure.
They definitely won't lay eggs.
They'll be like, what? But I thought we were gonna lay eggs. Now you're gonna eat me? What?
What? Oh no!
Oh my god! I just have this envision of all these little quails doing the like, oh no, Mr. Bill face.
Mr. Bill. Oh.
Oh my god, we're so dating ourselves. I said something about Mr. Bill the other day, and my son had this blank look on his face. I'm like, you don't know who Mr. Bill is? And he's like, no. I've never heard of Mr. Bill. And I'm like,
that's hysterical. My boss actually referenced him the other day. It was so funny.
What was that from? Was that from Saturday Night Live? Or was that from, like, Night Tracks or Night Flight? Or, like, I remember seeing it on TV, but I don't remember what it was on.
I don't remember. I just feel like it was its own thing, like Gumby.
I don't know. I think that it was, like, on another show. But now I'm going to
maybe.
I'm going to look that shit up now. We're totally getting sidebarred because you know what? You cannot use alcohol ink on claymation figures or quails.
No, you can't. It's
actually
true.
maybe they would make maybe if you painted their beaks and their little feet or something with pretty alcohol inks, it would make them lay eggs.
Oh, you could. You could put them on your animal's toenails.
Girl needs pedicure.
That's right.
Actually, I really do, but that's besides the point.
That's funny.
So yeah, so you make that applicator to blend it. They sell a solution that is like a thinning solution, and they also clean up with it. But I did a little bit of research and was reading, and people just use plain rubbing alcohol to do the same thing. So
okay. I haven't ever tried that.
So I have a bottle of it out that I'm going to use. I cannot find so sometimes I buy like extra little squeeze bottles and stuff from Blick when I'm there because they sell little small ones. And then I hoard them away. And then when I actually find something to use them for, I have no fucking idea where they went.
Oh no.
Like I have torn my fucking studio apart. And it's relatively clean in here because I finally the other day had to clean it because I couldn't find anything and I had no room. So it gets a little out of control. But yeah, I don't know. I can't find them. So I'm going to have to use this giant fucking bottle of rubbing alcohol. That could end up being a hilarious tragedy. I don't know.
Oh no.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about, I don't know. We're just going to kind of go down the list of things that you can do with alcohol inks. I have a couple of links that I'm going to put on the site. There is a site called the Enchanted Gallery. And they have a really neat, the person has made like a color chart of all the colors that you can use. And there are some little tutorials and ideas for things to use alcohol inks for on that site. And then I also, like I said earlier, I'm going to link the videos and tutorial section for the Ranger alcohol inks, which are Tim Holt's Adirondack. Is that how you pronounce that? Yeah, Adirondack inks. And there are several videos that you can just scroll through and watch. They're pretty cool. My video that I'm going to post on the blog is going to be more about experimenting and how it works on different surfaces, because there are a million ideas that you can get from other tutorials online, and I don't want to just repeat what you can already find that somebody's probably done better.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be doing some cool experimenting on different surfaces.
Cool.
For my video. I don't know. What's the favorite thing that you use? Like you said, you used it in your jewelry.
Yeah, but I didn't really.
It kind of didn't do what you envisioned it doing for that purpose, right?
Right, exactly. So then I ended up enjoying it more for use on backgrounds, like on ATC cards, or using the photo paper to make like the gift tags, which would be like on Tim Holt's website. Or did you put a link to the doodle bugs?
Oh, doodle bugs! I'm going to write that down because I totally forgot. I was racking my brain trying to remember what the site was. But
yeah, for any listeners that are in or will ever be around the Olympic Peninsula, there's a store called Doodlebugs, and I don't know why there is not a place like this in Portland, but this gal and her mom do amazing stuff. It's a lot of scrapbook stuff there, but it's like a lot of the stuff, they are really heavy on the Tim Holtz stuff and the multimedia stuff, and they do great classes, and some of the stuff they do is so incredible, and they're so friendly. So if you're just like don't really know like what does this product do, and they'll just pull out all their samples and let you play, and they'll show you how to use it. I mean, that's when I ended up buying my die cut machine, was from them, because she just pulled hers out, let me play, figure out how it worked, and showed me all sorts of different products. I mean, they know that that's what's going to sell, help them sell stuff. They're incredible.
That would be nice if other stores did that, like let you kind of play with things.
Well, totally. And they have awesome samples all the time, and they have a Facebook page, and then they have so they have tutorials on there, real quick ones.
On their Facebook page. I'm kind of looking to see if they have a website too, but
they do have a website. Their Facebook's better.
Cool. I'm just wondering, can you purchase things through their website, or?
No, I don't think so. But if you call them, they will mail you stuff. So if you're like,
is it Doodlebugs paper?
It's just Google Doodlebugs Squim.
Okay.
And then you can find it that way, because Doodlebugs isn't. That's a kind of a common name. Some other stuff comes up.
That's true, but that's so funny. I was just wondering. I wonder how many of our listeners would know how to spell squim.
Oh yeah, SEQUIM.
I know how to spell it, but I used to live there, so yeah, it's sequim. But yeah, no, but they do have information on their website about you can contact them, and also they have information about classes.
Yeah, and their Facebook page is the one that usually has tutorials, and if you get on their mailing list, then they'll send you links to every week they have new product coming in. And they always go twice a year to the big shows, the big buyers show, and they always come back with new stuff, like the latest.
Well, we'll link their Facebook page so you guys can find them and look at their videos and stuff too, and their video tutorials. So that's really great.
Yeah, they're really awesome.
So, one thing that I saw a lot of people using them on, and I have not done artwork or made jewelry on these, but I did see a lot of jewelry applications with this, but people painting on dominoes, like on the back sides of dominoes.
Yeah.
So those were actually pretty cool. I saw a pretty neat bracelet. They're just making like tiles or beads with these dominoes that they drill through. I imagine now, because people do that so often, you can probably buy them that are pre-drilled. For jewelry and stuff, but they did the backgrounds on those with the alcohol inks was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I saw another tutorial, I think it's on the Enchanted Gallery. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. This lady had a plain silver ring that she'd bought and wanted it to be more colorful, so she just painted the ring with that.
Oh, awesome.
But, like the flower on the ring, and it was really pretty.
Ooh,
so I think I have a pendant that I broke that like the stone fell out of that I'm going to paint too, just to zhuzh it up a little bit. So
yeah, that's awesome.
We'll see that.
So you guys should really play with some of the alcohol inks, because they are fun. There's a lot that you can do with them.
Yeah, and I wish that I would have been able to record my video last night, because I would have had more to talk about my experimenting actually on the episode today, but I don't, because I brain farted. So I'll kind of explain what I'm doing in the video and all that stuff. We'll kind of get a little bit more into what it actually does on different surfaces and how it ends up looking. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it for alcohol inks today. I just think I love being able to, that's one of the things that's exciting about doing this show, is that I kind of have an excuse to look into, like, I can't justify buying every freaking art supply that I see in a store or hear about. Because,
right.
I'm not made of money. So, I mean, if I were rich, I would have to get a different studio. I would have to get a bigger one with more shelves. But
Right.
But with this, I kind of have an excuse to try things out and be like, oh, hey, I like these or I don't like these. So, and I think that for some reason, I just felt kind of intimidated by alcohol inks. And I don't know why. It's kind of silly, but I think it just sounds like such a specialized product.
Yeah.
Or something. And it's really, after watching all the videos and stuff, it's no different than using any other kind of paint to paint surfaces. It just works on different surfaces. It works on surfaces that you're all mad because you can't get paint to stick to. So I'm really excited about doing my experiments later. I'm actually going to do it when we're done recording this morning, so that'll be great.
Yay, I can't wait to see what you come up with.
I can't either. So, yeah. If you guys have done anything awesome with alcohol inks and you want us to know about it, or we missed a use or purpose for them today and you want to tell us about it, you can email us at 2artsygals @gmail.com. I almost gave you the blog address. See? The brain farting. Have the dumbs. So, and you can go to our blog and look at all the links that I told you about today and the video that I'm going to post. That is 2artsygals.wordpress.com. And now for our social media litany, we have a YouTube channel that I am actually posting videos to now. So you can search for us there. We're 2 Artsy Gals on all of these. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are on the Facebooks. I feel like I'm forgetting something. We're everywhere. You cannot get away from us. It's part of my plot to take over the world. I'm still working on the mind control.
I'm scared.
But your mind is the first one I'm going to control, Sharon.
Stop it. No, you're not. I won't allow it.
You will not. I would never control your mind.
I know.
I might make you do like a dance, a funny dance or something. But, that's just playing around.
Oh, I'd do a funny dance for you anyway.
I know you would. I wouldn't have to make you. So,
That's right.
Yeah. Check us out on all those places. And also subscribe to us on iTunes and or Stitcher. They're both free apps. They both automatically update to your listening device. So you will have fresh episodes every Wednesday from us. Next week, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about paper dolls. Which, in my opinion, are the least creepy of all the dolls.
Yeah.
They don't bother me so much. So, yeah. Until then, go make some cool shit, yo!
Yo!